Hello, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Bleeding Crypto's live Zoom session. It's Monday, April 13th, and we're going to take a look at the market. We got the market cap still under $200 billion after briefly breaking above it. I believe sometime last week. We're down to 195.6 billion, 24-hour volume. Still great, $122.8 billion, almost 120. 2.9. Bitcoin dominance remains in that same area, 64%ish, 64.1, 64.4. So pretty steady. Top 10, not much going on, as you can see, very little in the green. Just a couple of percent in the green on the majority, except for Binance Coin. Binance Coin's up almost 10%. That's another good coin. Whenever you see that thing drop, jump on it. Binance is very it's just such a solid project. That one, Link, those two are just great money makers. Definitely wants to make sure you guys have in your portfolios. Let's see here. I've got some blinking lights. BNB announced a new IEO. That's why the pump. Oh, okay. So Darth, it says that BNB announced a new IEO today. So that's why we have that pump with Binance. That's great. That's awesome. BNB is always putting in work in the community. So rightfully so, their value goes up. Their value is always going up. How long has Link been around? Chart says not long, or maybe just one exchange. No, it hasn't been long. I don't think it's been around too long, De La Visa. I think it came out like in 2018, early of 2018, I believe, is when Link came around. So a couple of years. So that's not too long. That's when I first heard about it. So I'm somewhere around that time frame. Old School says late 2017. He thinks so. I think I already learned about it in early of 2018 when one of our members, Texas Crypto, was kept on shilling it. They kept on telling us how great it was and it was the next best thing. And I told him, shut up, until I jumped on the bandwagon, and now I can't get enough of that coin. But it hates me. It hates me because I don't have the patience for that coin. So me and Link have a very roller coaster relationship. Here, just to show you, I couldn't hold on to that free position. I went up selling at 75%. Link, man. I still have one more bag. I'm hoping that I could get a free position on this one, but we'll see. But it kept on hitting this up here. I'm like, she's not gonna sustain. Bitcoin wasn't looking good. I was like, no, Bitcoin's gonna shit the bed. Everything else is gonna go with it. I don't want to lose freaking 75%. So, and this is the problem, De La Vis, and you're gonna notice this. This is my problem with Link. Every time I cash out a Link, every single time except for the one that I got the free position on, she will go up. Every single time without fail. Ask anybody in the community. This free position that I got from $1.59 when I got in on the drop, that was my first free position in 2 years from Link. Link always does this. Even when Bitcoin looks like it's going to go down, Link will continue to go and go and go and go and go. But 75% is a good profit for me, man. And I'm trying to accumulate. I'm trying to get a new bag that doesn't come from my money to go into the stock market. So I'm using all profits from crypto to go into the stock market. So unfortunately, I didn't have the patience to hold here. I know Mr. Mo is going to be upset at me. He's going to be disappointed at me, which is worse because Mr. Mo doesn't get mad at me. He just gets disappointed. It kind of sucks. But I couldn't do it, man. I couldn't do it. All right, let's look at Bitcoin. Where are we at with Bitcoin? See what I mean? That's Mr. Mo. That's Mr. Mo making me feel horrible. Oh, man. I just couldn't do it, Mr. Mo. I saw that 75% and I got, ugh. Oh, well. I know, but it's just that Bitcoin's got me. Bitcoin just doesn't look good, and I'm like, damn, that's a lot of money to leave on the table. 75% is a lot of money to leave on the table.
We've seen Link move against Bitcoin
yeah,
before,
yes, we
so you
have.
can't
I
say you
know,
haven't seen that.
I know, we have. I know we have. I know you're right. I know you're right. I know you're right. I got one more bag here that I'm not touching. I'm not touching this one. No, regardless of what it's due, I'm not touching until it's $4.60. I will not touch that bag. You heard it here first, guys. If I touch it, let's just say it won't. Let's just say
Thou
I'm really
shall
gonna try.
not sell before $4.
Yes, yeah, four. Actually, it's like 460. So that's gonna be that's gonna be like pretty much almost all time high on Link. Bitcoin. How is Bitcoin? Bitcoin's not doing much today, guys. It's just just look at this shit show right here. Look at these wicks up here. There's wicks at the bottom. This is just classic Bitcoin right here, guys. This is just shaking people out of the position on both sides. They don't care. They wanna knock out all the shorts. They want to knock out all the longs, and they're just really keeping her into a lot of uncertainty until I look at this. Until I look at this, then I feel much better. When you see market structure like this and volume like this, boy, this thing is gonna come. Usually, it will come down when you see this type of volume diversion. So that's the only thing that that I just, I'm still, and I told you guys at 9 EMA, you close below it, that's it. I'm sticking to my to my bear bias still. And sure enough, they couldn't do it at the last minute. They dropped her. They do that for a reason, guys. This is no coincidence. No coincidence, especially with this divergence. I can't see this continuing and reversing. I just can't see it, but anything is possible. Bitcoin on the 12-hour, again, waiting for that completion of this bear flag. They keep on bouncing it off this box, and this box was there for a reason. I put this box before we even hit it because it's classic price action before it fills in a gap. It will get near it, it will bounce, and that's what my box is. And then a couple of more tries, and she'll break through it. And then we're gonna play the exact same game with this gap here. We're gonna tease it for a while. We're gonna sit there, and then boom, she'll come down and fill it. They don't fill right away. They're not in a hurry. They're gonna try our patience. They're gonna drive us crazy, and that's what the market's designed for. The market's designed to wear us out. Most of these guys they set all this up in algorithms, guys. Most of this stuff, most of the trading, even in broader markets, it's all algorithms. We're still, see, you got to understand, we're doing this manually. And do you think stock traders are doing this manually? No, they have bots and algorithms. We have the worst thing going for us, that we're trading with emotion. Here's a perfect example. Emotion got me out of this. Emotion got me out of the 75% right here. I could have waited till I was out here to 100. I couldn't. Emotion got the best of me, and that's exactly what they do with all these wicks. People are just riding this roller coaster up and down and up and down, and unfortunately, the house always wins. I told you guys that the house always wins. That's why I try to encourage you guys to not look at the computer as much as possible, because the more you look at it, the more it's going to mess with you. I know from experience. Trust me, I speak from experience. Today's a perfect example of that. You're going to stop looking at the goddamn charts, and then you wind up just, not sticking to your plan, like Mr. Mo says. So yesterday was the same thing for me, just sitting there looking at it because I have nothing else to do. So be careful with that, guys, and be very, very careful. Overall, I'm still looking for that dump. I posted a tweet from Big Chonas, a guy that I really like. I follow, good analysis, very smart guy, and he brought some reinforcement to my analysis when he's looking at he does CME gaps, even though I don't follow CME gaps. I don't quite trust CME gaps to be that reliable, but he does, and it works out for him a lot. And just like he said, he doesn't know which one's going to fill first. Just like I always tell you guys, you just don't know. But that gap at $3,500, a CME gap has never been unfilled. Put it that way. It's 100% success rate, a CME. These gaps that I do here, they're not 100%, but the CME gaps are 100%. So at some point, we're gonna go down to 3,500 and fill that that gap, and that is what brings me a lot of joy. That when it goes down, not if, but when it does go down, and it's 100% success rate, we're gonna fill all of these gaps here. And my analysis of what I've been telling you guys, that once we cross into the gap lines, they will usually, once you touch them, they will come back. And this one's, look, this is playing out exactly. It bounced off of it, then we got another close bounce here. We haven't filled them. We're bound. They're setting this up. This volume divergence is setting us up to come and fill. However, I don't know if we're going to get this low to 1,600, guys. So don't bet on it. I've got bids a little bit higher than 1,600 because I don't want to miss out, and I'm not trying to catch the bottom. So my orders are a little bit higher than 1,600. But if we can get here, guys, this is the easiest free position you'll ever get in your life. The easiest free position. If you put your order somewhere here and don't get greedy, put your orders here. And trust me, guys, it'll be the easiest money you'll ever make. But I love seeing his chart because two different analysis, two different way of getting those targets, and yet his gaps line of a completely different instrument lines up with my gaps very closely as far as hitting my target. So that's going to be great, because remember, if we don't enter into these gaps, our group trading plan is not going to happen. Now I feel much more confident than I did on Friday, that or Sunday, when I saw that drop happen. When was it, today, or I don't know, my days are all mixed up. When we saw that drop from Bitcoin, I feel much more confident that our group trading plan is going to hit, and I need those to hit as well, guys, because I don't know about you guys, and everybody has their own plan on what they're going to do with their money. But I'm seriously looking into investing a lot more in broader markets. So that's my plan. I got the bug. I got the bug with broader markets, like I got the bug when Mr. Mo told me about Bitcoin when I first got into Bitcoin. I've never invested in the markets ever prior to Bitcoin. So now that I saw how easy it is to TA broader markets and how much more precise it is than crypto, I'm blown away at how easy it is. So I cannot let that opportunity pass me by like it has for most of my life. So for me, I've got the bug for broader markets even more than I do for crypto. But crypto is going to pave the way for me to take my money out of crypto and put it into the stock market. So I cannot wait to really bank on crypto so that I could pull out of here and jump into broader markets, and then come back in a few years after we start, after we bleed for 2 years, then come back on the next run. So I'm really looking forward to this run to investing my money into the stock market and also into gold. That chart that Mr. Mo posted today on gold, man. Again, I've never invested in broader markets or in precious metals, and between Texas cryptos badgering me on Discord about buying silver, guy doesn't just let up. Now I understand why. I see the benefit of having these precious metals like silver and like gold. I mean, gold, that's a perfect example of what a true safe haven is. That's a safe haven. I can't wait to the day crypto becomes that type of safe haven. I think it will. I just think right now it's still too new, but it will. It might not in my generation, guys, but you got to understand the generation that's coming after me. The generation that's coming after me is just like Mr. Mo says, they're app driven. They're technology driven. The people still buying gold, the majority are old folks. They're people like myself and older. They're the ones who still believe in gold. New generation, they're not buying gold. There's no kids buying gold. Kids are gonna buy digital gold. So Bitcoin, I think, is going to be digital gold someday. I just don't think it's going to happen in my lifetime, but I really do think it's going to happen. It's going to be that app-driven type of that digital gold that they're going to want, not the physical stuff. But I'm definitely very excited for the future. And I'm really excited that crypto opened so many doors for me personally. And I hope it's doing the same thing for you guys. Let me look at the chat box really quick here. Link killed it. Yes, it did, Sean. How long has Link? Okay, we talked about that. I'll be late 2000 big time. Do you guys think that the Stoch RSI looking like a cross pretty soon on the H12? Let me look at it. I've got a set of tools that uses the Stoch RSI right here. Let me move this out of my way. This is my Stoch RSI with MAs, not EMAs, but MAs. Let me just clean this up a little bit. What are we looking at? Okay, so we got the 9 MA cross down, a bear cross through the 30 MA, and it's on its way to cross on the 50 MA down. Stoch RSI is actually reset here at the bottom. So typically when it's down here, it does tend to bring price action just a little bit. Doesn't have to go up much as long as the volume kind of comes up, and there's enough and people keep on selling into it. It will make the Stoch RSI move, just like we've seen Stoch RSI go down with no significant drop. Same thing on the way up. Doesn't take a lot to push the Stoch RSI upwards. And if you ever look at an RSI with the Stoch RSI, sometimes they're in completely different opposites, because they use two different algorithms. So they're not gonna have the same reading all the time. But I don't know, with this bear cross coming down on the EMAs, the way it's pushing down on the price action, I don't know. I don't know, Delavis. It doesn't look. I don't see any hint of anything going upwards, in my opinion. So, and I don't follow the Stoch RSI as much, to be honest with you. But I do like looking at my MAs from time to time. Let me look at something here. Bollinger Band is still pushing. The middle Bollinger Band is still pushing on that price action down, acting as major resistance. Let me look at this. Okay, cloud flipped to bearish. We got the red up on top. You've got it's underneath the conversion line, the baseline. Oh, no, excuse me. The baseline is right in here. So we still can get some support on that baseline down there. Yeah, I don't know. I'm still leaning bearish, Delavis. I'm still leaning bearish. Mr. Mo, how long will Link go now? No, he doesn't know that. Nobody knows that, Mr. Sean. Nobody knows. We wish it'd keep on going. Yeah, like if it's how low? Excuse me.
Oh, how low?
How long? How low will Link? I think that's what he's trying to say.
Yeah,
how low
the low.
Will Link go now? Yeah, okay, yeah. How low will Link go? We don't know that, but all we can do is just all we can do is keep an eye on Bitcoin, Sean. To be honest with you, Link looks like it's indestructible, but it's not. Look, let me show you something, my man. Trust me, you're not the first one. You're not the first person to ask that. Everybody who sees Link goes thinks it's never going to come down. Everyone, and I'm always the dream. The what do they call me? The dream crusher. I'm always a dream crusher. Look, just to show you, my man. Every time it goes up, it will come down. Every time it comes up, it may look like it's never coming back down, but it does come down. Every time it goes up, it will come all the way back down. So trust me, my man, this is going to come down. If you're worried about missing an entry you think Link is going to go to $10, trust me, you take a back seat, because everybody thought that at one time or another, that Link was going to go to $10 and she's not going to come back around. Link is no different than Bitcoin. Link is no different than shitcoins, in the sense that when Bitcoin comes down, this puppy is going to crash down with everything else. However, there's one thing about Link that I'm telling you guys, very rarely am I going to say guaranteed. When you see Link under $2, you're guaranteed that it's going to go up. I will fucking guarantee that shit will never go to zero. Never go to fucking zero. And it's just incredible. I've never seen a coin like that. Mr. Mo can even tell you. Mr. Mo's been in space a lot longer than I have. Mr. Mo, come on, honestly, dude. Have you ever seen a coin this strong? Ever? Not even Ethereum has ever been this strong.
Shale, my coin.
No, I'm seriously. No, look, I swear. Look, I'm not saying because I still have a bag. I'm not saying.
No.
As a matter of fact, as a matter of fact, I'm telling them not to buy now. But don't you? Do you not see? I mean, you don't think that you think I'm over exaggerating that this is like the strongest coin I've ever seen?
No, I think, here's the deal. The retracements on these things are glorious sometimes. And just look left.
Yeah, look at this beautiful double top. Look at this. I mean, she gave it all back.
Yeah, it pretty much dumped out. Do I think? I mean, yeah. Look again. What technical analysis you have to do is you have to make your case to the upside and you have to make your case to the downside, so that way you can see both. Preferably. If we're looking at Link, remember, we want to look at market structure. And if market structure can give us, those W formations, those double bottoms, that's what you want. So I think price coming down would make more sense. So if you can get it at, what are you shooting for, BC? $2 or sub $2?
Yes, I'm sub $2.
Yeah, so sub $2. Even looking at, let me see. I'm looking at it on mine for a moment.
159, to be honest. 159 has been my number for Link. I think it usually comes back down into that. So 160 is I think but anything under $2 is where I would advise anybody to start buying under $2.
Right. So, okay. So you're looking at it from the swing low to the recent swing high. Yeah. 886 is $1.61. Okay. I see where you're gauging. Yeah. I mean, they gapped her down at $2.26. Just looking here. Do you want to see my screen or do you want to move on?
Yeah. No. Yeah, sure.
Actually, all right. So let me just switch.
The more you talk about Link, the more joy comes into my heart.
All right, so then let's dive into Link and see what she's about now.
You're saving a puppy. Boy, talk about a shill. I'm working that shit hard today. I'm working it hard.
Yeah, buddy. Okay, so just let me know when you see my screen.
Yeah, I see your screen.
All right, good. All right, so taking a look at Link on the weekly, current price is $3.39. I mean, just look at the last 3 weeks. She gave a really nice run. So this last candle that she put in was basically a 50% candle. Week before that, a 12% candle, and then we get our pivot here at this point. Looking at it from the swing low to the swing high, right? And looking at where this retracement may come in, they gapped her at 226, which is a 618 level. And which is an area when you look at this support level to the recent resistance level on this Fibonacci here, that's probably where she's going to get some resistance here. So yeah, I think she could come down into this. What I do like is the fact that this yellow line here is the 100 EMA. So I like the way the 100 EMA is going into this 886 level here, which is $1.61. So if you didn't play Link, for me, I would probably have an order right here, which is basically off that 100, just in case it wants to test it. But anything even $2.26, even anything there and below, I think, yeah, it shouldn't be. I think that is you probably take a smaller position size here, right? A smaller, so you'll take a small piece here, but maybe when you start to get into the 786 area, so say $1.84, you really start to put in a larger position size until if you put your largest position size at 886, which is $1.61 here, this is when some of these trades become like, super interesting, because if she comes down and she puts in that market structure again, what we want is this is for this and this, right? So she comes down, gets filled, and boom, and we go up. That's kind of what I would see in terms of looking at Link, and let me just look at what's happening with momentum for one moment. Let me see. So delete that. Ooh. Things a little buggy right now. So we're going to take a look at momentum. Yeah, she's sitting at 57 points. I think she could come down some. Yeah, I think she could come down. Just come down and check maybe this area right here. So I could see both sides, but overall market structure, and if you had to think about Link, what does Link look like after the Bitcoin halving? Will it have that market structure? Will it come down here? Because if it does, that would be an incredible setup on the weekly.
Mm-hmm. That would be a nice W.
That would be a nice setup right there. It just goes boom here, and then by that right after the halving, maybe a nice push up to the upside. And where's the all-time high on this is $5. So I mean $4 playing 162. You get your free position at right up here, right around here on this level. So that's if you had an order here, and if you just played it from gap here from $2.26, then yeah,
886 right there, 886. So get your free position.
Yeah. So that's I mean, overall, like just that, and that's just again from the technical analysis side. I don't know what's working on the. I'm not sure what the narrative right now is for Link in the wires, whether they have a continuation of partnerships or any type of new announcement or mainnet update or that whole thing. But I do think Link is has been very impressing in the community ever since Texas Crypto brought it up. And those devs know what they're doing, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
My two satoshis.
Let me look at the Dart says that CME gaps can fill with wicks. They don't require a candle body. That's right. Yeah, that could. That's like I said. That's why I don't really pay too much attention. But at 3,500, I can't imagine like market. I can't imagine them just wicking it to 3,500 without the rest of the market getting affected. They did it once before. They dropped the thing like $1,500 only on CME just to fill a gap. So I wouldn't put it past them. But I don't know. Just don't kill my dream, Dart. Just let it go. Fucking let it go, dude. Don't crush my dream today. I'm not in the mood. Dr. Tao, gold silver ratio will go down, and at that point we should trade some of our silver to gold. It's like a free position, but with physical. All right. So he wants to trade some silver for gold. I don't have any, Dr. Tao. I'm going to start. Delavis, you can't even hold Link. You're gonna hold NY. Yeah, Delavis is calling me out. Delavis is calling me out. LOL, just kidding. You can do it. Yeah, I know, dude. I know. But like I said, I won't be out completely from crypto. I'm just gonna wait for that thing to drop again and rebuy her again. But I know what you mean. Because when I've been TAing the stocks and I'm looking at the previous cycle, some of these coins, they lasted, Mr. Mo, for like 3 years without moving. Imagine watching for 3 years they didn't move, and all of a sudden, boom, they just go parabolic, and it's like, wow, that shit's crazy. It's more for diversification, Delavis, than anything else. Diversification and something a little bit more secure, in a sense that the stock market is going to run a lot longer than crypto. but it doesn't mean that crypto won't get to the level that a DAO is, down the road in some future point. But just for now, in my point in my life, I would like to take advantage. And I feel like this is opportunity just fell into my lap and I just can't pass it by. Dart says, LOL, Delavis. You're not wrong for that, but you're not wrong. But you're not wrong. Yeah, you're right. And then everybody's laughing at my expense, blah, blah, blah. Buy stocks and give the search. Yeah. Old school says that I should buy the stocks and give the search to you, Mr. Mo, to hold. Oh shit, that's good. Sean says, how low can we serve? Mo just answered that. Dart says 159. Yeah, see? Dart, old school, same thing. I love 159 too. I love 159. That's my number for link. Has been good to me for that. Rick, can you look at algo to the lowest? Yeah, let's take a look at algo. Mr. Mo, can you give up? I think I can take it from you, right? Okay.
Yep.
All right, so here and share. Let's take a look at algo. Algo, here we go. Okay, so she fell below the fib study, so let's throw the extension on her. And let's see where she's landing on the extension. Let's flip it over to the bottom. All right, respecting those levels very nicely. Let me make sure that is the bottom four. Okay, yep, there it is right there. Let's look at go back to my 12-hour. Okay, she came back up to the 0 line, came back into 113. The low for algo is at a 0.0957. So 9.5 cents is the low for algo, and that's the low she put in with the Black Swan event when Bitcoin hit 3,800. So can she do it again? I think she could. I think she very, very well could, Rick. So if you're looking into getting into algo, you might start putting some orders in from extension 1.272 and below, and maybe do one here, one at this area of support at 1161, and then a stink bid down by what is this? 0958. Just call it 0960. Just to round it off, 0960 as a stink bid. But I would, if you're gonna buy into three positions, I would probably put the two biggest ones on top, and then a stink bid at that bottom, just to make sure you get skin in the game, because this is a great price. I mean, she is below on that study, so definitely would not be a bad place to pick up Blink. Remember, Rick, we're not trying to catch that bottom. We're just trying to get a good entry at the bottom. Let's see here. What do we got? Where's my chat box? Old school. When Texas was shilling, I almost bought at 25 cents. Oh, wow. But sat around and twiddled thumbs until 65 cents, but still made good money on that run. Good for you, old school. Gotta go, guys. I'll catch the record. Okay, iPhone, you got it, my man. Sean says, thank you, Mo. You're very welcome, Sean. You're very welcome. That's what we're here for. All right, guys. So that's it for the Bitcoin update. Let's dive into our trading plan that I feel really good about after seeing Jonas's update today. Let's see here. Where did we leave off? We left off with LTC. So we haven't done NEO, right? I don't think we've done NEO. I don't remember. No, I don't think. I think LTC was the last one we did. Let me move this out of my way here. Let's put this down here somewhere. Okay, all the way down there. Let me go to the weekly. All right, I already did the study on this. Okay, so again, for the sake of the study, guys, we're going to open a coin market cap. We are going to go into just take a quick look at NEO. I want to see what our market cap is, what our volume is. Is she a good coin to invest in? Does she have sustainability? She has $500 million, over $500 million. Yeah, That's sustainability enough for me. With a volume of $361 million, rank 22, I'm sold. I'll take her. I'll take her. Let me just do a screenshot so I have it here. So when I post it, I have it. There we go. Boom. Neil for the win. Now we're going to take a look. Again, this chart doesn't give you the full picture because she came out in, I think, Q2 of 2017 when she rebranded from Ant Shares. That's when the data started becoming available, but Binance didn't come into the scene until late of 2017. So, but I don't need it. I don't need it because I know this coin. Feel confident with it. I don't need that extra data. Right now, I mean, she put a high of almost $200. So the high was 198, 198.60 on Neo. And Neo has been just a really good coin. We got gaps up all the way up to $83. $83. So this is what I'm thinking for Neo. Let me just zoom in a little bit, and we're going to do a couple of studies on here. Is that a gap there? Let me see something real quick, guys. I might have missed this one. Neo has been, no, I did not miss it. Okay. Let's see here. Okay, so if we get that drop on Bitcoin, like we've mentioned in all of our studies for the group trading plan, I don't see why Neo will not go down into this area here. Now I'm being I'm being a little bit greedy on this one, to be honest with you guys, and I think I'm going to change that just slightly because I'm going on the assumption that she's going to come all the way to this bottom, and that's kind of fishy, to be honest with you guys. That not that she won't, but again, I don't want to kind of shoot myself in the foot and get something. Miss it by a couple of cents or a buck. So you know what? I'm actually going to revise this one, guys. I'm going to revise a free position. I'm going to revise where I want to enter. I'm going to, you know what? Let me look at something here, guys. Just give me a second here. I think I'd much rather. Let's see, where are we at now? That's a total possibility, though. Okay, so you know what, guys? I think I'd feel much more comfortable if we go to the bottom of this wick here, rather this wick, just a secure position. I mean, you're talking about $1, about $1 higher than this bottom. But I'll tell you one thing: for the group trading plan, I would say that would be a good entry. But for your personal trading plan, guys, I would have a stink bid to the bottom of this candle, which is 389. So let me even raise this up a little bit. This is 389 right there. So I would have for your personal portfolio, guys, a bid, a stink bid here for the end of here in case we get that again. But for the group portfolio, I'm going to make our entry at 491. 491. Just let me make this line here. Let me just change the color. Let me make it solid because solid indicates an entry. Let me type in the word entry so no one has any doubts. I gotta make it as foolproof as possible so people know exactly where the entry is. Let's look at our free position. Our free position would be, if we grab it right there, our free position is going to be at right here. Let me just there. And okay, now we got this line. Let me turn this line to red, because that's our Oh wow, look at it, lines up actually. I love this. It lines up to support, support, resistance, support, support, support. Yeah, great, that's awesome. It worked out great for us. And I like finding those areas there because that's a realistic area of where the price may stop, or more probably is going to stop to for a pullback on those strong areas of prior support are going to be resistance on the way up. So that'll give us a chance to exit our position, wait for that pullback, and then see if we want to allocate some of the free position back into this, or diversify our entire free position into something else. And we'll be taking a look at the market when that happens. And I like this. I really do like it. Let me move this free position up to here, just so we can put it right on this line here. And then I want to do something, guys. I just want to calculate entering at that level. Entering at that level, I want you to see where. I want you to see up to the first gap up, what you're looking at. I want you to get an idea. And like I said, we've seen these prices. Many of us have seen 800. Jesus, look at this, Mr. Mo. No, I'm not trying to shill it as one of my favorite coins, but come on. I mean, just to $45, it's an 827%. Oh my God. To the second gap line, guys, 1,600%. And that's not even half of the all-time high. That's not even half. Man, I should be in marketing. I should be in marketing now, guys. Come on, you can't lie. Look at this. The numbers are telling you, not just me. So it's almost a 4,000%, guys. A 4,000% ROI on NEO. But you don't believe it, don't buy it. You don't believe it, don't buy it. I'll tell you how it feels when we hit 4,000% after that free position. I'll tell you how that is. But yeah, guys, this is just insane. I love it. Actually, I like the fact that I'm stretching the chart back out, and you're going to be able to see this 39.58 goalpost up on top. So that's going to be awesome. So when I take a screenshot of this, I'm actually going to erase the volume, take this to clean up the chart a little bit. I can lower this just a tad. I still want to see my words entered, so let me put it right there. Okay, let me do it right there. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna leave it right there. So I'm gonna take this screenshot and look how much it barely has to move, guys, to get a free position. I mean, it barely has to move to get a free position. Man, I am so excited. All right, guys, that's the end of the group trading plan. I would like to know if anybody has any questions regarding what I just did, any explanation how I got there, something they did not understand. This is your money going in here, guys. You guys need to understand. It needs to make sense, not just because we're telling you, and not just because if you don't go in, you're going to miss out on 4,000%. Not because of that, but because you understand. So please, 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 if you're watching the recording, send me a DM and tell me if there's something that you need me to clear up. We did link the last, I think. No, Alex, actually, we did Litecoin. But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, so that's it. So nobody has a question on NEO. All right, we're going to leave it at this, guys. We'll leave it at that. Mr. Mo, is there anything you wanted to add, or can we close her up?
Stick to your plan.
Yes,
stick to your plan. So in this journey, as we're building a plan,
yes,
we're seeing the results of not sticking to a plan, which is good. So we're gonna take that lesson and show what the effects of that is. So we'll give it some purpose.
Yes. So what he means by that is because I sold at 75%, this bitch is gonna go higher. Look, it's already pulling in a candle. It's already putting in a candle. You watch, Delavis. You think I'm joking, Delavis, and you'll see this thing's gonna go to a free position just to spite me. That's the problem me and Link has, man. It's like having an ex-wife. All right. All right, guys, have a wonderful, wonderful night. We'll see you guys back tomorrow, 7 p.m. For our next Zoom session, Pacific Standard Time, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Have a good one, guys. Bye, Mr. Mo.
Okay, have a good one, guys. We will see you on the next Zoom.